Hi everyone, Sonu here. Today topic is CI/CD pipeline, and most of the company have CI/CD pipeline in their backend. Uh, Many company are also using for app deployment. But this CI/CD pipeline will help you to streamline most of the things like your code deployments from your repo to cloud. Second thing is it will take care of your vulnerability scan by using SonarQube or other things if you are using. Third thing is like it will also automate proper communication with the stakeholder, like your deployment is done. If you want to communicate all the stakeholder, let's say you want to communicate tech, product, QA, and all. Third thing is it will also help you to manage all the configuration from one place. So if you want to hide everything from mostly in the most of the case, you do not want to expose everything, right? So you can configure those kind of step on a Jenkins level and you can define the rules. So based on that, you can give access to other stakeholder. For Jenkins, usually like developer is a stakeholder, QA is a stakeholder because they need to see their automation script if they are failing on any of the deployment. Also, sometimes product team they want to see like what kind of deployments we are doing on a day to day. So we can see that. Although it's not relevant, but it can be done. Okay. Now, so in this video, I am not going to share you a code, okay? So I'll share you a approach which you can also use to configure CI/CD pipeline. I will talk about all the components. If you actually need a code, you just drop a comment. I will share you some of the open source tutorial link that will help you to uh, create CI/CD pipeline. And it also depends on what is your cloud, what is your coding language. Here I am talking about general concept of CI/CD pipeline. Once you are clear with that, after that you can easily find the code. So okay, so let's go step by step. Okay, so I'll talk about all the first. Let's list down all the component which is required for CI/CD pipeline. So first, number one thing is you must have a code repository management. That means either you have GitLab, Bitbucket, Git, or any others repo manager. Second thing is must have a Jenkins deployed in your cloud. Either you have deployed in your own virtual machine, or you can find from, in case of Google, you can find from uh, Google Store. You can easily find the Jenkins. Third thing is where you are deploying your code. It can be a Kubernetes, it can be your virtual machine. It depends on your current DevOps architecture. Ideally, most of the case company have Kubernetes because it's easy to configure and it's easy to scale with the traffic. Fourth point is like once, and of course you should have a Docker because you need to deploy Docker in a Kubernetes in case of Kubernetes. I'll give this example with the Kubernetes, but if you are using the virtual machine, you can simply replace Kubernetes script to virtual machine script. That is the only difference. Okay. Third thing is like Docker file. You should have a Docker file script in your code that will create a Docker image. And of course, you need a place where you can store this Docker image. It can be like Docker Hub. It can be your artifact in Google. In case of Amazon, I forget the name, but usually find where you can push your Docker image. Okay. After once this component is ready, now you are ready to create a Jenkins file for all your projects. So Jenkins file is a script file in your project where you define the steps. What kind of step you want to execute in your Jenkins pipeline for this project. So steps are like git checkout. Second step can be like your SonarQube scan if you want to regularly scan your vulnerability or you want to scan your unit test coverage and other things. So you can add this step. Third thing is like you can build your bundle, then you can test your bundle like doing a unit test. Also, can be if you have an automation script, you can run the good to case automation script just to check like your project is working. Okay. Once this step is done, you can create a Docker image. You can post to your Docker artifact, and then you can deploy to either Kubernetes or virtual machine, depends on your current DevOps architecture. In Kubernetes, I will give you a little bit idea about Kubernetes. The idea is I'll create a separate video for Kubernetes because it's a um, bit vast topic. I mean, it's not vast topic, but it's a lengthy topic. So I do not want to add in this video because otherwise this will become a very lengthy video. So we will talk later. Although I'll give you a rough idea about Kubernetes. Kubernetes have a cluster, have a deployment. Within the deployment, there is a pod where you define some of the strategy like rolling update. In pod, you are defining like uh, your Docker image, you are defining liveness props, you are defining readiness props. These kind of configuration is required to ins run your Docker image in within the pod. Okay. Next thing is like you can also in Jenkins pipeline you are also set up a step where you can send an email to your stakeholders. So for example, you want to notify to your QA, you want to notify to your product that those kind of things you can do there. Okay. Now, if you have a Kubernetes, of course, you need to write because in Jenkins pipeline step, there will be one step where you actually deployed your code to your cloud. And because if you are using a Kubernetes behind the scene, so then you have to deploy in Kubernetes. So those script you need to write. So that usually we call deployment.yaml. So where you write all the script which is required for your deployment of your uh, code in Kubernetes. Okay, this will be your maybe last step in your CI/CD pipeline. Usually it's the second last because last step is sending an email to all your stakeholders. Okay. Now I think we have covered all the things related to CI/CD pipeline. Broadly, CI/CD pipeline is very important in any of the DevOps architecture because you can streamline your code deployment process, you can streamline your unit test scanning process, you can streamline automation script process, you can scan vulnerability of your report by using vulnerability of your code by using SonarQube. Um, you can also like maintain the communication within your team. So I hope I have covered everything related to CI/CD pipeline. If you need anything, maybe working code, sample or anything, please let me know. I'll share there. In this video channel, I'm mostly targeting to engineer who is between like 3 year to 15 year experience group, and they are trying to understand the concept of broader topics. I try to cover concept part in most of my video. If you want to more narrow down this concept, please feel free to ping me. If I get a request from you guys, then I'll create a proper screen recording video where I'll define how I am defining the configuration of Kubernetes, how I am defining the rolling step, all the complexity which I faced during my career, which I'll try to share. So please let me know what kind of content you are looking for. Thank you.